example first, we create BIP report using RDBMS as data source. Second example, we'll use BI reporting using answer as your data source. Answer as a data source, or analysis as your data source. Third example, whatever we have done, we would integrate BI publisher report, integrate with dashboard. And final example, we try parsing parameters. So in order to make this report dynamic, step 4, BI publisher parsing parameters. So we start with one simple example where I am going to create a report and I'll take data source as Oracle. So BI publisher is a separate license component, and therefore it comes under separate section. Okay, you start with the first tab. On the new section, you see you have a separate section called a publishing report, publish reporting, in which you have an option called report as a job, data model, and all. So first step, we create database connection as we do always. So database connection, step first. In my example, I'm using Oracle as a data source. So step first, create database connection. Database connection basically an administrative activity. However, because I logged in as WebLogic, who has got admin privileges, I can also create database connection. So go to administration. You see there's an option called manage over here called manage BI publisher. Take a little extra time. Under this, you see you have an option called the different kind of database connection. You can connect to JDBC, JNDI. I'm going to use RDBMS. Okay, so I use over here JDBC connection. In order to connect to any RDBMS, you need a Java database connectivity. Click on JDBC connection, and these are some existing connections, right? You can create a new connection or use an existing connection. So in order to connect to the data source, what information you need to know the IP address of the server, a username, and a password, right? You can connect to that. So let me check. Let me pick up one existing one. I don't remember IP username, or BI sample is a username. Okay, let's make our own connection now. So I create JDBC connection, click on add data source. I call Oracle Connect. Oracle Connect. My data source is Oracle 11G. In my case, you can connect to SQL Server, DB2, Teradata, and all. I can use Oracle 11G and pass your credential. So you see whatever appear in square braces, you need to replace them with the host name. So my host name is localhost. Port 1521 is the default port. and SID is ORCL. Username BI sample and password is same. Test connection, connection got successful. So step first, create connection to the data source. Step first. Step second, I would create a data model. So it's like data model will in turn create a SQL query. So I go over here. Next step, under administration, I return back to administration tag, new, and I create a data model. Click on data model. So data model tag, you need to specify all the parameters. Now remember, it's an XML publisher, so if everything eventually converts to XML. So I'm going to pull data from Oracle provide description, and my connection name is Oracle Connect. What is the data source? Data source is Oracle Database Connect, right? The one which we created just now. Other option, you can leave it as default. What it says the memory needed to process your query, fetch size and all. So you can specify certain value. I know the average volume of my query could be maximum 100 MB. Fetch size. So if you have a large high volume of report, you can explicitly mention the type, the value over here. High volume reports like you're processing your transaction report over 100,000 records. So you can explicitly specify the cache or the memory being used so that you can ensure that your query never gets failed because of lack of memory resources. Enable backup connection. You can leave the thing as default, and when you click on save, okay, it will ask you to save the data model. So we create data model into our own folder, analysis. I create new folder over here called BIP report, and I call this as a data model, BI data model. A data model got created. Now after create data model, we follow the other steps. We need to create a data model consist of tables and query. So we create data set. And the data set, you pick up the data model. Data model consists of my SQL query. I create SQL query. Click over here and define your query name. So for the sake of simplicity, we create a simple query called product listing, and your database connection is DB Oracle Database Connect. Oracle Connect is your data source. You can directly type your query over here if you know how to write a query. Alternatively, if you don't know how to write a query and you're not sure about the data model, you're not familiar with data model, you can design a graphical model over here as well. So you click on query model, query builder, click on query builder and pick up the table and specify join. For example, I'm picking up table for product. You're supposed to have a good understanding and knowledge about your underlying data model. So I choose product and I choose one fact table and I join based on product key. See, I drag and drop and apply join. So join is done. I can click on the join and define the join type. I can make it as left outer and right outer as well. And if you like to further add some condition, you can look at this your query. The query would render like this. Any condition you like to apply, your query is going to be like this. Save, Give me a minute. I have not chosen a column. Mistaken. I just join them. I suppose choose the column, product, again, and revenue, and join based on product key. And then I choose the column which I would like to pull. So I like to pull product detail, product brand, line of business, product name, and the respective revenue. Right. So any condition you like to apply, under the condition tag you can apply the condition. For example, I like product line of business should only be, I can write a condition over here. So I don't know what product line of business I have. I can use a condition over here. For example, assume I have a product category called food and beverages. Write a condition over here. In addition to this, you can also apply sort operator. So you want a sort order. I want it should sort based on product LOB first. You can also add some conditional function like I'm going to apply sum of my revenue, total revenue for a specific product, line of business and type, total of your revenue. Okay. Then I apply the condition, click on save, look at the query renders as part of your selection. You see you apply sum of revenue. As a result of this, a group should be applied on, a group by should be applied on product LOB, brand and type. You apply sum. So I need to also look into the grouping function, group by on this and this, sum of revenue, and group by on product LOB, brand and type. My query gets ready, right? Now what you can do in order to ensure that your query is correct, you can directly process this query against your database. Before you render your query over here, you can also process your query directly in your database. So I will minimize this. And I create the same query directly in my database. So you can connect to SQL Server and process your query there. Or you have a, if you're using pre-built Oracle VM, it comes with SQL Developer. You can directly process your query over here. SQL Plus username, BI sample, BI sample. You got connected. Now paste your query over here. Paste. Your query is correct. You are able to see the data, right? You've seen the total sales for different product line, product and all. So once you ensure your query is correct, you can go back to your BI publisher and proceed further. Everything is done. Now you see on the diagram tag, you also see the structure option. Now ultimately, as I said, it's a BI publisher. All the output finally converts to your XML tag. So you see behind the screen your XML gets created, XML tag. And tags are like this. You can customize this tag, you can specify sorting, and you can also give the label name. So for example, I need a label over here called product LOB, product brand. You will customize the label, product brand. And by default, take the data type. You can also change typecasting. So you know casting can be done like product LOB. You can is a string type ABC 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 is a string type and it's a numeric. You can do the typecasting, but this is not recommended. but that makes your report quite slow. So save this and look at the tabular view and output. This is how your hierarchy look like. It would be group, product LOB, product brand, type, and revenue. Okay. So your data model is ready. Other option we'll try later, passing parameter, bursting and all. We make a first report as simple. So step first, data model is ready. Next step, I create report layout. And then I stitch this layout with the data model. A create report layout. So in which format you like to display this? You can display in HTML, Word, PDF, different format. So next step, you create report. The report can be report as user interactive, or it can be a backend report as a job. So I create a report over here, a BI publisher report. Click on report section, click OK, and choose the report layout. Now what is asking you? Choose the existing data model. Choose data model in which you are going to design your report. So this is a data model under batch 26, BI publisher, BI data model. On top of this data model, I'm going to design my report. Click on the data model and pick up the layout. There are some existing layout. Also, you have a freedom to create your own layout. You can upload your existing layout. Now, Oracle comes up with pre-built standard templates. You can use this template, or you can create your own, generate your own layout. So I'm going to pick up a blank so that I can design the way I like it. A blank layout. Okay, I'm sorry, there's one thing got mistaken. You look at the error message. Now, each data model is supposed to have a sample data, which I mistakenly skipped. Therefore, I'm unable to process. Now, why you need a sample data? In order to design the layout, in order to render the layout, every time you create data model, you need to render sample data. So when you save it, this is another step, and you make a note over here on data model. On the data model, export sample data, and sample data requires you to create your layout, HTML or any layout you want. So here you see an option called click on XML. It will render the XML output. Click on run. So first 5 rows created, and this will convert, makes a XML file. All the data exchange it done through XML. So unlike your typical example, when your data pull from RDBMS, you pull from RDBMS, data pull in terms of XML and then pass to your report. Data exchange between your report and RDBMS done through XML. So you got XML, you return back and save this XML. Data model, click on XML, run this output and save this XML. You see, save sample data. This is mandatory. Save sample data. You can also export this XML in case you like to use this XML for some external purpose, for mapping purpose and all. Save this XML, and I'll give you an extra self-learning video where you see how to integrate Obiee with MS Office. Additional stuff I give you. So return once you save, and you see your sample data should appear over here. If it doesn't appear, it means there's something wrong. I need to go back and check. Save sample data. Yes, it appears over here now. Sample data should appear over here, otherwise we cannot process. Save. Now this is done. Now I'm ready for creating a report. Next tab, create a report. BI publisher report. Click on this. Save. Click on BI publisher report. I'm sorry. Use the existing data model. I'm going to use this data model called BI data model and pick up my report format. So I would pick up the blank report. You see the layout has appeared. The layout is exactly same as you use MS Office. MS Office or MS Word, which consists of your different component. So you see there are two sections, a data section and layout. You are going to stitch them together, join them. So here you can use your creativity. You can drag and drop, put labels, images. I drag and drop, put my company image over here. Whatever image I would like to use. I can use my company image. Then I can also use a URL or company image, and then I like to add, this is my company image, and then I like to add label on a page layout. Insert, I add data element. And what is this report? This is called monthly transactional sales report. I put a label, I put an icon, and how do you want to display this? Tabular format, in which format? So I pick up a tabular report, table, and chart. I can use gauges and all. So I drag and drop data table, select this, and I drag and drop the object. Product LOB, a brand, a type, and finally a grand total revenue. You see grand total gets created automatically at the bottom. I can double click and type grand total. You see, and also double click on this or format this number. This is sum, this is sum. I want count. You can add this count, average, and all. So let it be sum. You can use any one of this function. A lot of formatting options you are there. You can try this. Data formatting I would make is a number and is a dollar amount. So I turn this as a dollar. Right? All of them actually, this is all these values are dollar. I should suppose to convert them in terms of dollar. Data formatting, all of them are dollar amount. Sorry, a dollar amount. Right? So my report template is ready. So you have got report data, report template. Now why did I export this XML? I export the XML just to render this query output. So we need some sample data to create this template. Therefore I exported the XML. Now once this report template is ready, I save it and I return back. This is report template, not a report. This is report template. So I would call this is monthly transactional sales report. Report template. Little big name, but that is fine. So this is a report template. So step first, data model. Step second, database connection. Step first, data model. database connection, data modeling, create report template, layout or a template. This is done. Now last step, I would create report where I join data source plus layout. I'll join them together to make a complete report. So once you save, you click on return, ensure you save it, return. It is going back to your report model, and you see there's an option called view report. When you click on view report, your BI publisher engine render this report on the fly. Click on save this report, save it. So this is that was my template. This is my report. I call BI publisher. BI publisher report 1. Okay, save, and now view the report. View report. So in which format you like to see this report? See, I pull 5 rows, but there are total how many rows? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10, 11 rows are there, but in my sample I got only 5 rows. In fact, there are 12 rows. You see, a report got. Now the beauty of this, you can export the same report in multiple format. You see there is an option called export this report in HTML, PDF, Excel and Word document. You can export in multiple format. You do have an option to, this edit option appears only for this option will come for a developer only or administrator. However, this option would disappear for a end user. So you can convert this report into multiple format, render it into HTML, which is default view. The report turns out to be HTML, isn't it? So that's make your overall report design process quite easy. You can directly create a presentation on top of this. You can convert to XML, Excel and all. So this was simple report. Now I can convert this report to a job, and I want it to run in the backend. What I want to create it as a job and schedule this report. I can also do some offline analysis. So I save this report. I'll try to connect this through my browser. This browser. Is that the URL? One into 168.56.101.7.0.0.1 port and analytics. Okay, web logic and admin 123. And this time I'm going to take this report. I open this report, the one which we created. I don't know, there's something wrong with my anyway, my local one is not working. I need to continue to work in BI Publisher. I wanted to show you one more thing over here, because the navigation of data analyze with for Excel, it doesn't work good. We don't have Excel in Linux, therefore I couldn't show you this thing. So I can put this into Excel file and do offline analysis. Anyway, so Now what you have, you can edit report, edit layout, export into multiple format, and send this report. What is important, you can convert this report to scheduling and a job. Job is like a bunch of report you batch together and process in a certain order. For example, I create a batch file. So my batch file is jobs. A batch file consists of this thing, consists of reports, set of reports. The first report is called daily transaction report, monthly transaction report, sale transaction. I have got another set of report. I want this bunch of report to be shared with my business manager. Variance report. I will bunch them and I schedule this for offline analysis. So I can, when you do offline analysis, you can schedule this, or the report would run or the certain time period and export to the user. So I would schedule this and convert to job. When you click on schedule, specify when it's supposed to run and who should receive it. I don't have any parameter. Next example we try with parameter. So report name, output, I would like this report to be exported in HTML format. In addition to this, I also want in PDF format, multiple format. I can report the same report in multiple format, multiple languages, right? Same report in multiple languages and multiple format. I would call this HTML view. I call this one as PDF view. And whom do you want to send this output? I also like to share this to my business users, so I can add an email, add destination, and specify the email. In which format you like to export? I like to share in HTML format by default. To whom do you want to share? I would like to share to John. So you specify to subject monthly sales transaction report and display the message. Please find okay. Next, when do you want to run? I would schedule this. Scheduling, you want it to run once in a month. So this report is going to execute once in every month, a monthly report starting from November, December, every first business day. Which day? A first day of the business. What time? I want report should run at first business day. It should run post data load, so it will run at 2 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock a.m. and time zone is not set correct. I would change time zone as PST or EST. I chosen India time zone, IST. You can pick the time zone because my server is my server has a IST time zone, therefore I have chosen same time zone. And you also like to notify once the report has been mailed across to all the business user. I like to notify my administrator stating that the report has been completed, report has been failed, or any warning message. So I say admin, I share this to you. Okay, and I submit as a job. This become a job. Report name, I call monthly transaction job. Oh, selected months are not the start date and end date. Okay, I'm sorry, it should be end date should be December. Starting from November to December. Submit this job. Submit this job. Okay, the job has been submitted. So once first business day of every month, this report would run. Job submit successfully. Just for the sake of testing, I'm converting this to once in every minute. Just for the sake of testing. So that you can see the reports are available into your folder. Submit. A job has been submitted. Right? So this report would run in every minute and email will go to the user. Because the email which I mentioned is it's not a real email and I don't have a email server configure. So it's a virtual email will go return back. So your report would be viewed to the user as well as an email would be shared across to all the user. So you can schedule it, you turn it to job and schedule it. Look at the job history. How many reports have been processed in the past? I can look at the job history. In the past, come on. Oh, it is processing. Give some time. So far, up to now, there is no report. The moment my report gets processed, you can see over here. Search. I pick up the historical date from September 1st till today. Is there any report run in the background? Search. There is no report. If any reports are there, time zone based on IST, I'll search it. If there are some report, it will list out over here. All the report, historical report from this specific user, specific time period, and report path. See, there's one report which we create today, right? Called monthly sales report just now, and the status got failed. Maybe some reason behind this. We check why the report got failed. Monthly sales report. It was run on 26 last month 26. This is not yours. This is last month 26 report, and the report got failed to process. Click on this status and check the reason behind this. Is processing. I can look at the reason. The report got failed to process. Report status is 0 and the output is 0. Why it failed? Maybe because there is no respective data or there's some reason behind this. I cannot see the reason over here, but I need to go back to the query and check the detailed information about why the query got failed. But here itself you can identify all the report status. So this is your simple report we created using data model. So once your reports are ready, you can open this report from your catalog, go to your catalog, in your folder, batch 26, BI report. This is your BI report, right? BI publisher report. Open this. Your report gets open in HTML. Default view. You can export into multiple format. Sorry. Isn't it? So that's all the features available to your BI publisher report. Now, next I'm going to create this report based on answer and I integrate this report with my dashboard. Second example, I'm going to create my report on top of my analysis and then I integrate this report with my dashboard, and finally I pass parameter. So next, it is possible rather than you create from data source, you create RPD. On RPD you create answer request analysis, but we would replace this analysis, and on top of analysis I create BI publisher report. So what is the benefit of this? The benefit over here, I can make use of BI publisher functionality. I can export in multiple format. I can schedule this on top of my analysis request. So let's do this way. You can use any existing analysis on top of which you are going to create a BI publisher report. So let me check some analysis on top of which we are going to create our report. So I would use top analysis, top product analysis. This would be my baseline. On top of this, I'm going to create my BI publisher report. So top analysis, go back, create new request, new, create data model first, same step, data model, and this time my source is BI publisher report, Oracle BI Enterprise Edition. I pick up this, and other option you can leave it. I have just chosen BI publisher as my source, save it, data model on answer. So you create data model. Now create data set. So my data sets consist of what was my request? Top analysis. Let's see this answer request so that designing query become easy. I'm going to create my report on top analysis on top of this. Okay, this is my source, right? So click on query, SQL query or Oracle BI analysis. I choose Oracle BI analysis as my data source. Choose your BI analysis, top analysis. Under user, share web logic, shared folder, my analysis. Let me check why it is not picking up. This is not exactly the way it is, like the way I wanted. Give me 1 minute, please. Sorry, I wanted answer to be used as my analysis. Not sure why answer is not picking up. So you use Oracle BI analysis. Give some name called top analysis and choose your source file. I'm not sure why it is not picking up. Okay, it's not picking up my file. Okay, I was looking for a wrong path. That's correct now. Top analysis. I was referring the wrong path. And timeout. If it doesn't respond to 1 minute, 60 seconds, timeout will happen. Okay, so I've got 4 columns, right? What 4? Product name, product revenue, product rank, and revenue. There should be 3 columns. How come there are 4? Anyway, let's see. Maybe I'm referring a wrong file. Let's go ahead. So this is my 4. I can give a name over here. Column 0, 1, 2, 3 is a name, but I give a meaningful name to these 0, 1, 2, 3 when I create a query. So same step, you save this and render the XML file. You got the output. Once you got the output, process and render XML file. Export, save as sample data. This is mandatory. Save as sample data. Right? When you save as sample data, you should be seeing over here sample data. Right? So sample request has been created and I can see the output. So my data model is ready. And this time my source was BI publisher report is my source. Step first is done. Data model is ready. Step second, we'll create a layout. So I would create report, BI publisher report. On the report, I'll pick up the layout. My data model is BI model analysis. I can pick up existing layout, blank layout, and this time I choose tabular view, drag and drop table. Just drag and drop these columns. From right side. So product line, LOB, brand, and the revenue. I would like to sort this based on my revenue. So I select this and apply sorting. Sort, my data gets sort. Okay. So you would like to display ranking. This is wrong. This I don't need it. So formula is a blank text. Rather it should be total sales. So my layout gets ready. So in addition to this tabular view, I also add some heading, meaningful heading. So this is top revenue, top products, and this is product revenue. Sorry. I give the heading, I save this, and I also add a chart. I would add a chart over here in addition to this. And drag and drop and chart over here. What do you want? In row, column, and page. So drop over here, product. I choose product name and product revenue. My x-axis and y-axis, right? If you want product brand wise, you can also use a z-axis. Brand wise is not coming meaningful. So product wise sales. Save this. My layout got ready. Data model ready. Layout got ready. Layout, right? Save this and return back. Now I finally create the report. To view report. The report get rendered on the fly. Save, 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 and view report. So save this report name. I call this BI publisher report. It was report template. This is report actual. Save and now view this report. View report. In which format? Default is HTML, tabular view, and your chart view. Now it is built on top of my answer request. Remember, this is my answer request. I created my BI publisher report on top of my answer request. Save this, and now finally what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this into my dashboard. Finally I put everything on my dashboard. So step third, you can put this into dashboard, just drag and drop. Go back to your dashboard, the one which you designed previously, catalog, go back to your dashboard. Now this is my dashboard prompts. We created a dashboard previously. Okay, let's go back to our dashboard, my dashboard, and pick up any dashboard. Alert test, the one which we created yesterday. Now I modify this dashboard and add another page. It is not mandatory, but if you add another page, that's make it easy. So I call this BI publisher report, and I simple drag column and section. Here I can drag and drop my objects. So first part, I would drag and drop my analysis request called top analysis. This is my source file, right? Drag and drop. Next, your BI publisher report, right? The one which we created, BI publisher report, BI reports. Drag and drop the report over here. So you see, you got analysis and you got BI publisher report. Save and run it. So you see, BI publisher reports, you got additional option over here, export in multiple format, scheduling this multiple format. You can export in HTML and Word. So this is a place you can join them together. Now we do additional thing. I like to pass parameter to this. I'll also pass parameter for, so I modify this. Any year I change, I want a drop down over here. I can change the year, and according to my entire dashboard should render. So let's modify this. I would modify this analysis and add year as my selection. The next example, we're going to talk about how to add year. Example 4. This we do in 2 steps. Step first, I create dashboard prompt. Dashboard prompt, I would choose year as my dashboard prompt. And step second, pass, I would modify analysis with year as filter. So whatever value I pass from dashboard prompt, this value I pass, this go to my answer request or analysis, and in turn go to my BI publisher. So step first, I create I would create a new dashboard prompt. New dashboard prompt on my sample sales. So click new analysis, dashboard prompt, click on plus. I want an year, is a column prompt. Choose your year. This is your year, and define. I would like to use choice list I give a message called please enter year. It will something look like this way. Okay, save this, and I call this is year prompt, and I save under my folder under BI publisher, under batch 26 BI report called dashboard prompt year. So dashboard prompts got created. It will look like this way. You can preview this. It can look like this way. So depends upon my year, my entire dashboard should change. Next step first, dashboard prompt gets created. Create dashboard prompt. It is done. Step second, modify your analysis with filter. So I would use top analysis, the one which I use in my dashboard. BI publisher test. I would modify this. Modify edit analysis. No, this is not right one. This one is edit analysis, and add the filter. Which filter? Year filter. So I add year and make is prompted. Is prompted. So year value I will not specify now. Year value would be asked or prompted to the user. That's it. You are done. Now we are done. Let's go to dashboard. Our dashboard. Open this and check. Oh, I have not put the dashboard prompt over here. Sorry, I just have to drag and drop and put our dashboard prompt, the one which we created. So the one dashboard prompt I created, simple drag and drop. Dashboard prompt, drag and drop. So we've got prompt, analysis and BI publisher. Save and run it. So whatever year you select, you see your value should change. Check the value, apply. There is no data for the given year, and therefore no data in my BI analysis. I change 2011, 10, apply. I got the data for 2010. See, I'm passing value from my parameter. Is it in turn modify my answer